Hey YouTube, WWM here. Thank you for watching this video. Welcome to look at my other videos. I hope you enjoy my top 10 hacks for Viking War clans. So number 10 for my hacks is hacks that you find on YouTube don't work. And I'll show you this one. This one's hilarious. So if you go here, start this puppy up.
YouTube? Today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can use a resource generator online.
Alright, so he's talking about this. He has this.
This is it right here. I'm going to show you how we can change our gold.
You put that, you changed how much gold, because like if you could do this, you would change anything other than 10 million. It's going to pretend like it's working, which is beautiful. And then it's going to ask for human verification by posting it to Facebook. This is such a joke. If you fall for this and put in your information and do this, I mean, come on. We don't see a bunch of 12-year-olds running around with unlimited accounts, because if you could do this once, you could do it multiple times, you'd have tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars. And the other thing that I would say on something like this is, if you were able to get a hack that really worked, why do it? I mean, these guys are smart. This is a limited system. They can see if you're paying for something. So if you had something that had unlimited gold, what you would do is you would just jeopardize. You would definitely lose your account, but you would probably cause a lot of your clanmates to lose theirs. You would destroy the integrity of the system where it is, and that's why they have to be proactive and get rid of people that start hacks like this that could have unlimited gold. All right, so for hack number 9, I'm going to use my Watchtower here, and this is a beautiful thing that a lot of people overlook. So when you farm, in our kingdom we have no hitting on farm tiles, which is a good policy. People forget to farm everything, and what you don't realize, what a lot of people miss, is that ending the farm, depleting it, is where you get your prize. So there's the silver that you get from farming, but you also get an extra bonus. So you have stuff like this, where somebody doesn't deplete it all the way. You go in there and you snatch them up, and you'll see it all the time in sixes near the pop. Not so much out here in the outskirts where everything's level 1, where I'm at right now, but you do see it, and it's a great way if you're looking for an item, a material, a standard material. You can farm a lot of these, get rid of them. It also helps the kingdom, because the farm res tile won't repopulate if it's still there. So by getting rid of those, some of these you can get rid of in like 10 minutes, and then start looking for something new and increase your amount of materials that you can get really quickly. So it's a good way to go. And if you're not using your Watchtower, and this thing's a great asset, be careful though, because it won't tell you if somebody's marching. So you need to look at the Watchtower. You need to look at the site first, especially if you're near the pop. Make sure nobody's marching to it before you do. No one's going through it, because just out of respect of not hitting res tiles. The other thing I will say about the Watchtower is this little button right here. You get a bonus, extra bonus, and at level 21 you get a weaken the attacker by 10%. It's a little expensive relatively, but getting that tower 21 can help a lot when somebody attacks you. Obviously, when you're talking about math, decreasing somebody's overall attack by 10 is massive. It's way more than the stupid boost that it'll get from a gem for 10. Decreasing the entire amount, which I believe it is, that's a huge bonus right there. And there's other bonuses that you get for the Watchtower. Okay. Hack number 8 has to do with your hero. So if you go over to hero tree, only do one side at a time on this, guys. Go up the combat side or the resource side. Don't try to do both. Don't do a hyper. If you're doing one, do that. If you're doing the other, do that. It'll cost a little bit of clown points, but it's definitely worth just maximizing your amount of attack that you have, or during off times, maximize the amount of resources you're gathering. And number 7, this is going to take a little teamwork. You need to find somebody who's willing to do this for you. But essentially what you do is you talk somebody into who's high level, who has a lot of invader buffs, a lot of invader boosts, and you have them weaken a higher invader. So you just barely hit invader 3 or just barely hit invader 4, and you have somebody that has a lot more attack value, bring it down for you, and then you finish it off so you can get that huge boost of 6 or 7 items at the end of killing an invader. Okay, hack number 6. This one's a little tricky. It takes some coordination and a lot of work, but really cool if you can pull it off. So we all know there's different events that we have in our kingdom, right? So like kill invaders, and then you have rankings, right? And up at the top you have your different leagues. If you come over here to the other side, you see some people in some really high-end kingdoms that do very well in these leagues, these rookie leagues. And the reason why is because they'll have 3 different clans that they change out, and the leader of these clans will be low level. And when the event starts, it's based off of the influence of that clan at the time, and then they will all join that clan. So they will essentially have 3 different clans, and they rotate through them, and it allows them to go through these lower leagues, and it's much easier to get this 3,000 gold here versus somebody up here, and the difference in gold isn't that much. So relatively isn't that much. So you have somebody with 20,000, influence to get rank 1 here, and all you need is 300,000 here to get rank 1. So by doing this, you can ensure that your entire clan is getting more money. You do this a lot. You do this for every event. Sure, you may not be 1 every time, but you might be 5th every single time, and it adds up. When every event, 3 times a day, your whole clan is getting a big boost of money. All right, so hack number 5. This is embarrassing. It was a very short time ago that I found this out. So you go to items, and go to boosts, and you go down here towards the bottom, and this inventory expander. I deleted a couple pieces of legendary armor to create more room because I didn't realize this existed. I hit my max of I think it's 16 pieces, something like that, and I thought that's all you could have until I was talking to a clanmate, and he was like, "No, you can increase it." So there it is. Increase your inventory size. Number 4. Hypermax your clan. Not just yourself, but to coordinate and have everybody hypermax in your clan. Make sure that you're not too heavy in one resource. Divvy out who is going to do what, so that not everybody's making wood. I have dual. I'm not a true hypermax. I have 2 different resources in mine, and I got rid of everything else. So all I do is iron and wood. When you do your skill tree and you do your points, you can, when you're max, you can technically do Hyper 3. Another thing I will say about this is, if you look at my food here, 11 negative almost 12 million. You just have an army that's so big that it just eats everything. So any food that I get, like here where I don't have a bank, it just gets eaten up, and I don't get to keep it. So by having a bank, I can run negative food, and if I'm going to build something, I just give it to myself. It's a great way to go rather than trying to have a lot of farms here. I've seen a lot of generic guides online that are just trying to get hits, where they'll talk about building a lot of food farms. I mean, if you're solo and that's all you do is have your 1 account, it makes sense. But if you have a clan, which we all do, and communicate, it's much better to run your negative and then have somebody give you food. Why try to make a food for an entire huge army when you can have somebody else who's going to have a smaller army and just give you food? So that's how we do it, and it's a great way to. All right, next we have hack number 3. This one's simple. This is an easy way to get a free shield. So what you do is You just pick a small city that is all the way across the board from you, and you attack it. Yeah, it takes, it can take to 10 hours to attack that. So 10 hours there, 10 hours back. You're looking at 20 hours. So you can just send an attack and, leave your device unprotected, leave your castle unprotected. Putting all your resources into a bank, or if there's somebody nearby that can hold them for you who has a shield on. Of course, this only works if you have enough marches for all your guys, but it's very effective, and you see it all the time in Kingdom versus Kingdom. Okay, so number 2 is this resource guide, just this one guide. This is from the Wikipedia, the Vikings of War Wikipedia site, and I'll put a link down in the description. So the best thing about this is if you're looking for any materials, especially the standard materials, you can look at this and figure out where you need to go. I will say that stuff like the silver has tons of different stuff. So your likelihood to getting that one particular piece is lower than if you just want diamonds, or just go diamonds. You can either go the silver altar or you can go iron. The iron's going to only have a few different items. Looks like 3 versus silver, which is going to have 5. So your likelihood of getting the diamonds is going to be greater by going to the iron than it is silver. So now I'm going to do my abode, and I'm going to show you a little thing that isn't printed anywhere. As you can see, I have 4 skill points on my hero. Let's see what happens when we hit 21 on this guy. There we go. So this is going to give you a boost of 125% for hero leveling. And let's look at our skill tree. There we go. So when you hit the hero abide level 21, you get an extra 20 points for your hero. Alright guys, so there's my video. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. I'm going to make more videos like this. If you have any ideas, let me know. Thank you all for watching.